Chapter 10, Leave it to me. I decided to stay in the hospital for a few days. Though I insisted I was fine, Chief Ha adamantly refused to let me leave, forcing me to be admitted. I won't ask for reasons, but you'll need to speak with the chairman in a few days. For now, focus on recovery. I'll handle everything else, Chief Ha said. After saying that, Chief Ha didn't visit the hospital again until I was discharged. Soon after, grandmother, Myung-soo, and Hyeon Seong came to visit me in the hospital room. Grandmother's tearful entrance contrasted sharply with Myung-soo's surprise at the large hospital room. Wow, this isn't a hospital room, it's a hotel. Grandmother approached my bedside, crying. What's all this about? Oh, Moo-hyuk, are you badly hurt? What happened? I'm not badly hurt, Grandma. I'm sorry, don't cry. I don't even need to be hospitalized, but Chief Ha insisted. I'm really not in pain. Not in pain, my foot. I squeezed grandmother's hand tightly as she fretted. It's true, I'm just slightly injured. There's no need to worry. What about food? I just ate the hospital food earlier. Hospital food, is that any good? Is there anything you want to eat? We need to nourish my baby. Myung-soo, who had been looking around the room, chimed in with a cheerful tone. Oh, Grandma, it's fine. Our Moo-hyuk isn't the type to get beaten up anywhere. He just got a small scratch and was admitted to avoid any future issues, that's what I heard. I subtly gestured to Myung-soo behind grandmother's back. Myung-soo gave a slight nod. Grandma hasn't eaten since she's been so worried about you. I'll take her to get some food and come back. Could you? Thanks. Don't mention it. I don't need to eat. You boys go eat. I want to stay by my baby's side. Grandma, if you don't eat, Moo-hyuk won't be able to rest comfortably. Let's go eat first and then come back, okay? Yes, Grandma. Go eat and come back. I'll be back soon. Eat a lot, okay? Reluctantly, grandmother was led out of the room by Hyeon Seong and Myung-soo. A moment later, Myung-soo came back alone and flopped down beside the hospital bed. Aren't you going to eat? What about it? Are you okay? I'm fine. Myung-soo stared glumly at the gauze on my head. I'm sorry. And thank you. Cut the crap. I should be the one apologizing. You got involved with those bastards because of me. Don't worry about it. Still, Myung-soo, Lee Myung-soo. Aren't we friends? Quote ellipsis quote. Forget it. Go eat. As I waved him off, Myung-soo stood up again. By the way, that grandfather of yours seems pretty serious. I talked to Hyeon Seong's dad earlier, and he said the police station was completely turned upside down. I thought he was just well off, but he's no joke. What does he do? I'll tell you later, slowly. Alright, you're really okay, right? I'm fine, I said. Now go eat and let me rest a bit. Okay tilde this big bro will eat with grandma and be back. Left alone in the hospital room after Myung-soo left. Chief Ha was probably busy cleaning up the mess right now. He'd sort everything out, the school, police, and even the prosecutors, before planning to go up to Seoul with me. Is that why he made me stay in the hospital? I stared at the hospital ceiling, lost in thought. At a specialty blowfish restaurant in Busan. In a private room cut off from the outside, 3 men were engrossed in conversation, the blowfish dishes before them forgotten. Chief Prosecutor. Yes, Chief Ha, our chairman. Chief Ha deliberately trailed off. Chief Prosecutor Yoon Chong-ho swallowed hard, anxiety evident on his face. The position of Busan District Chief Prosecutor was by no means a low rank within the prosecution hierarchy. Yet, even Chief Prosecutor Yoon was cowering before Chief Ha, who wasn't even Chairman Cheon himself but merely his subordinate. Chief Ha, Chief Prosecutor Yoon didn't know. He's not bold enough to act knowingly. Please speak well of him to the chairman. Lawyer Moon Soo-ho defended the Chief Prosecutor. Meeting Lawyer Moon's gaze, Chief Prosecutor Yoon repeatedly bowed his head to Chief Ha. I really didn't know. I didn't know the chairman's grandson was in Busan, or that he was involved with Director Hong. Chief Ha, looking at the Chief Prosecutor's bowed head, asked. What will you do about Director Hong? For now, I've suspended him and started an internal investigation. The Supreme Prosecutor's office will send someone down soon. Cooperate well, and absolutely no mention of the young master's name should come out. Understood. Yes, of course. I'll consider reporting about Chief Prosecutor Yoon after seeing how this matter is handled. Thank you. Let's eat for now. Only then did they pick up their chopsticks. By the way, how will you handle the school teachers? I heard there are some who were in cahoots with Director Hong. Chief Ha spoke casually while eating. Chief Prosecutor Yoon's mind began to race. I'll take care of it. Ah, I see. I'll trust you on that. Enjoy your meal, Chief Prosecutor. You'll be coming to Seoul, right? Yes. During the week I was hospitalized, grandmother never left my side. Being a VIP room, there was no inconvenience for grandmother to stay, but Myung-soo and Hyeon Seong came to the hospital room every day after school, like clockwork. On days when Hyeon Seong had sports practice, Myung-soo would come alone and give me a detailed account of school happenings. Hey, the bald eagle and the vice principal were suddenly taken away by the police. They got caught taking bribes. Haha, you should have seen that bastard's face turning red as he yelled. It felt so good, you know. Really? Yeah, the principal just stood there quietly watching, not saying a word. Anyway, the school atmosphere is totally messed up. I heard all the kids who had issues with you submitted withdrawal forms. Did you know? No, it seemed Chief Ha had pulled some strings. What about Chol Ji-yu? Did that bastard withdraw too? No, that bastard just didn't say anything. He wasn't involved from the start. I see, that's good. When are you getting discharged? Tomorrow. I'll probably go to Seoul and come back next week. While I'm gone, visit grandmother often so she doesn't get lonely. Don't worry, she's our grandma too, you know. Haha, right, our grandma. Myung-soo and I looked at each other and laughed. The Myung-soo I remembered, crippled from the bridge incident, was no more. That was enough. As we were laughing, Chief Ha came to the hospital. You'll be discharged tomorrow morning and we'll head straight to Pyeongchang-dong. We've explained everything to your grandmother. You don't need to prepare anything, just come as you are. I'll pick you up in the morning. Thank you, Chief Ha. It's nothing. I'll see you tomorrow then. He left after saying just that, turning on his heel and walking out. Wow, that guy really only says what's necessary. He's like a machine, not even a robot. He's a good person. Anyway, without the bald eagle, going to school actually feels good. I'm so happy. What about Viper? Viper's always the same. I heard he might become the new head of student affairs. Oh my ass. Can't he just be a kinder teacher? Viper is actually quite kind. Taking bribes is unavoidable, but at least he doesn't hit students for no reason. You just deserve to be hit. Yes, Mr. Model student Kim Moo-hyuk. You're so lucky. The next day, early in the morning, I left the hospital with Chief Ha after completing the discharge procedures. The hospital director and doctors came out to say goodbye, which was a bit embarrassing as everyone around was staring. Thank you, director. The chairman will be in touch soon. We'll see you next time. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you again, young master. The doctors all bowed their heads in unison. I bowed back and got into Chief Ha's car. When we arrived at grandfather's house in Pyeongchang-dong a while later, the housekeeper was nowhere to be seen and only grandfather was waiting. Chairman Cheon wore a stern expression. Hello, grandfather. As I approached, grandfather gestured. Sit down. Chief Ha, wait outside and come in when I call. Yes, chairman. After Chief Ha disappeared, only old man Cheon and I were left in the living room. Tell me, about what? Everything, from start to finish. Well, I told him the facts exactly as they were, without adding anything extra. Chairman Cheon listened to my words without changing his expression even once. When they tried to use force, I asked for your help, grandfather. Couldn't you have avoided it? Why did you do that? If they had just come after me, I would have done as you said, grandfather. But they used the people around me, and even if I avoided it, it wouldn't have solved everything. If I couldn't avoid it, I had to crush them so they'd never dare come at me again. That's how I've lived, and how I'll continue to live. I hate seeing the people around me get hurt because of me. Grandmother's friends, and even you, grandfather, I want to protect the people I consider family. Family. Grandfather looked at me with a complex expression. To do that, I'm willing to ask for your help, or even do something worse. I'm sorry. What if I hadn't helped you? Were you going to just end your life like that? Then I suppose our relationship would have ended there. If you had the ability to help me but turned your back, I would have removed you from the list of people I consider family. Quote ellipsis quote. Chairman Cheon was silent for a long time. I didn't avoid his gaze and looked straight back at him. Then, suddenly, Chairman Cheon burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, you're making my twilight years quite interesting. That's right, a man should never back down. Use whatever you can use. What I said was sincere, but it also aligned with Chairman Cheon's personal philosophy. It seemed to have worked as intended, as Chairman Cheon kept nodding his head. If you can't avoid it, crush them so they can't come at you again. Never forget that. If you deal with them half-heartedly, they'll come back at you next time. If you're going to make someone your own, do it thoroughly. If you can't, use whatever means necessary to completely destroy them. Well done, I'm pleased. Thank you, grandfather. Chief Ha, come in. Chief Ha must have been waiting nearby, as he entered immediately upon hearing grandfather's voice. How did you handle it? For now, Director Hong is under internal investigation. He'll likely face arrest. There are many issues, from his time in the public security department to accepting bribes, fabricating torture cases, and so on. There won't be any problems. The Busan chief prosecutor and police chief are awaiting your decision, chairman. What about the school teachers? The vice principal and head of student affairs who were in cahoots with Director Hong have been arrested. They had taken so many bribes that it wasn't an issue. We've handled the withdrawal of the involved students, and we've settled things through talks with their parents. Chairman Cheon glanced my way. Are you satisfied? Yes, but grandfather, there's one thing I'd like to ask. A favor, could you leave the handling of the chief prosecutor and police chief to me? Why's that? The chief prosecutor and police chief are probably not even sleeping properly right now. Rather than punishing people who aren't really involved, wouldn't it be better to forgive them and put them in my debt? At this, Chairman Cheon let out a dry laugh. There's a big difference between you forgiving them and me forgiving them at your request. I'll use this opportunity to make them my people. You already know how to make people your own. Well, go ahead and try. But remember, doing it half-heartedly is worse than not doing it at all. You understand? Yes. Chairman Cheon turned to Chief Ha. Myung-hoon, you heard that. Handle it that way. Set up a meeting with the chief prosecutor, and for the police chief, he's too low ranking for a direct meeting. Hand that over to Chief Ha. Understood. Ha ha ha. My twilight years are becoming interesting thanks to my grandson. I wonder what other fun you'll bring me. I'm looking forward to it. I won't disappoint you. He seemed like a completely different person from the Chairman Cheon in my memories. I'm not sure if it's because of change and he's changed accordingly, or if he was always like this and I just never had the chance to see it. Ha ha ha. This is fun, so fun. I thought I'd failed in raising my children, but Mi Suk gave me an interesting child as her last gift. But I shouldn't take this too lightly. Chairman Cheon is a fearsome person, after all. I quietly observed Chairman Cheon as he laughed heartily, keeping my expression neutral.